Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.
$28 million people waking up under weather alerts.
And double-digit snowfall totals from Utah to the upper Midwest, packing winds 50 miles per hour or even higher in a few areas.
Yeah, that's right. In the South, bracing for hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes in a region that's already been battered by the rough weather this week.
Wow, Felicia, this is such a dynamic system. We've got two different sides, totally different sides of the system. It's going to be a wild 24, 36 hours to come. Well, welcome into America's Morning Headquarters. I'm meteorologist Molly Mccollum alongside meteorologist Jim Cantori and Felicia Combs.
That's right. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. We're talking about your Friday, but also your weekend weather because it's going to be packing a punch. You want to get right over to Jim because that severe threat that we have tonight into early Saturday, it's going to affect a lot of people, Jim. Cable for you. I cannot stress enough how important it's going to be to have those alerts turned on, the volume turned up on your phone so that if there is a storm, if you are in a tornado warning, you get that alert. It wakes you up. You can get to your safe place. You can see what it looks like starting out this morning already in St. Louis. Not so bad in Nashville, but that will be changing. Now, St. Louis, it's going to be more like tonight. Nashville getting closer into your early Saturday morning. So let's break it down for you. Let's time it out in St. Louis. Throughout the day today, you guys are going to have some little pockets of light rain here or there, some showery activity. We've got an unstable air mass in place, so that's going to keep that chance for showers around. But watch what happens. Here's 8 o'clock. You can see that line of storms that's really, when you see those dark maroons on the future radar, that is indicating some really strong storms, some very heavy rain, and you can see it blasting through 9, 10 o'clock. Now, that model didn't bring, a heavy load of storms right directly through St. Louis proper, but I wouldn't bank on that completely. You guys are in the dynamics to be able to get some of those strong storms. What are you looking at here? Well, you're looking at our Torcon. Torcons of 3 to 5. Nashville, you're included in that Torcon of 5. It's on a 10 scale. So when you're up to 5, you're about a 50-50 chance of seeing a tornado. So great time to make sure you have that safety plan, that weather safety plan, and that the whole family knows it, given that this is going to be an overnight and early morning threat. Showers throughout the day, the evening, the nighttime, early nighttime in Nashville. It's really overnight into Saturday morning where that strong line blasts through Nashville, Portland, Franklin. You guys are going to get in on that as well. Paducah, again for you, that 5 for your Torcon. That is a good chance of seeing at least a few tornadoes around this area covered in that 5 for the Torcon. Showers on and off throughout the evening, and again, some of the heavier stuff, some of the stronger storms blasting through after midnight there in Paducah. So, Jim, you hate to see it being an overnight threat, but the main thing you can do is just make sure you're prepared, have that plan in advance.
But great.
To Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where it has not started snowing yet, at least in the amounts that we're going to see later today. Those snowfall amounts really start to pick up in the afternoon. At times, we could see those snowfall rates 1 to 2 inches per hour, and that's going to amount to about 6 inches of snow in the Sioux Falls area. Just down the road into Sioux City, down into Omaha, that's where those amounts drop off pretty dramatically. So really, Sioux Falls and this region is going to be one of the bigger winners as far as the snowfall goes. We go over to the Twin Cities. This is really going to be an afternoon, evening event for you. This morning is fine. That colder air, though, is already in place. And if you have any travel plans today out of the Twin Cities, either by road or by plane, I would be very patient or maybe just change your plans. This is going to be wind moving through, whiteout conditions at times, and some heavy snow coming in. Really south of Minneapolis, that's where we could see some double-digit snowfall totals. Just to the north of the city, that's where we could see it on the order of 2 to 4 inches of snow. But some areas will see some high-producing snowfall bands out of this. Now we move over to Green Bay. This is going to be an area that there's really no other way to put it. It's just going to be messy over the next 24 hours. And really, this starts in the afternoon and evening for you. That dreaded purple color, that's that rain-snow mix, the freezing line, where you're going to have some warm air starting to intrude its way into the cold air. And that's going to bring maybe some freezing rain, maybe some sleet, maybe a rain-snow mix at times, before changing overall into rain. And then by the time all is said and done, you kind of switch to the all snowfall. So it's really going to be a little bit of everything in Green Bay. And Felicia and Jim, I kind of look at Green Bay as like that Christmas cookie platter where you're going to get like one of every cookie, but some of them you really don't want, like the freezing rain. Some of them maybe like the snow. That's the better cookies.
Yeah, I'll take those. Those must be the sugar cookies.
I like all the cookies, if I'm being honest. But, you know. Okay, so we've got a winner. You're like, channel change. That's not what I come to the Weather Channel for. Sorry, but you know what? I'd say I'm going to bring you great news in the form of your forecast, but I'm also not going to do that. I'm sorry, guys. At least it's Friday, though. Here's what we're looking at. We've got up to about an inch generally when we're talking about rainfall, but 1 to 2 inches in some places. Watch how this rain builds in from the west, filling in west to eastward. But what I also want you to watch is take a look at these temperatures, because before a lot of us, it is a little bit of a chilly rain Saturday morning where you're seeing the pink. That could be some freezing rain. But watch what happens. These temperatures, like Syracuse at 12 p.m. Saturday, 12 p.m. tomorrow, you're at 58 degrees. You should be in the upper 30s this time of year. So while you do have a rain and you do have the wind that's coming along with it, you're also getting much above average temperatures in some of these places. Where you're not having the above average temperatures, where you're closer to freezing, you're getting the possibility for freezing rain. The bright pinks, 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of freezing rain. That's ice accumulation there for portions of New Hampshire and through Maine as well. So, of course, that could cause some power outages, especially with the gusty winds that are coming along with this system. Speaking of the gusty winds, we've got wind advisories for portions of your weekend in Philly. High wind warning where you see that coming off of Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. We are talking about maybe 65-mile-per-hour wind gusts. It is going to be such a blustery time as we head through the weekend. Jim?
Yeah, get ready.
Good morning, Leavenworth, Washington. You are already looking like a winter wonderland. But here's the thing. You got more snow on the way. We've got a winter storm watch going into effect tonight. That snow is going to continue into the beginning of next week as well. Central City, Colorado, snow today for you. But next week, you're going to throw some high winds into the mix. So make sure those Christmas decorations are solidly connected to something so we don't end up with actual flying reindeer and things of that nature. Let's talk about what is going to be causing all of this snow and precip and wind to move in as we head through the weekend and early next week. We've got our nice little swirly going on there in the water vapor. It's going to drop south, and it's going to bring us the moisture, the snow, the unsettled weather all up and down the west coast, initially taking aim across the Pacific Northwest, but then sliding southward into Northern California and then eventually Southern California as well as we head through Tuesday. And even into the middle part of the week, we're still seeing some of that precipitation adding up across the west. In terms of rainfall, the higher amounts are going to be along the coast as you look farther north. The snowfall is really going to be the big story out of this. So we're talking about feet for portions of the Sierra, the Cascades as well, the northern Rockies. And that is exactly what we need for when we have the drier months. So it helps to kind of alleviate some of the drought issues when it gets drier. And we could really use that. You can see extreme to exceptional drought across much of California, Nevada getting in there as well. It's still just been so dry across the west. So here's tomorrow. You can see that rain and that snow falling Sunday. Many of the same areas still seeing that precipitation Monday. Not much of a change, but it is bleeding farther southward. And by Tuesday, this is stretching across places like Vegas, Flagstaff. You're getting in on some of that moisture. LA, you'll see some of that rain coming down. In Seattle, you've got a soggy, windy, kind of blustery time ahead, especially as we head through the Saturday part of your weekend, and then even a little bit of a wintry mix as we head through Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And I know one person who's really excited about that winter that we're going to have moving in, guys.
And it's not Jim Cantor.
Yeah, at least, yeah, okay. We got a big hitter on tap for you in the west. Rain and snow set to slam in here as far as the eyes can see here. We're talking about feet of snow, Cascades down to the Sierra, across the Intermountain region into the western Rockies. Just exactly what they need.
It's going to be a good one. And joining us live about the much anticipated snow for Tahoe is our friend. I've been told I have to sell this.
Yeah, you got to sell it hard.
It's good to see you, my friend.
Dude, look at you.
Good to see you guys.
I mean, you know what? Usually we wait till the end of the segment to ask him what his stoke level is, but they'll give you $200 if you go out and cover the snow event and stand in snow that deep.
$200 a day? We're all together.
An hour for her.
There we go. Yeah, I was going to say an hour, maybe.
Let's get you